Hey, welcome to High Octane Classics. Today we're going to talk about this 1997 Dodge Viper. And I got to tell you guys, I own almost the identical car. Mine's a 1996 Viper. So this one, it's so wild. We're going to cut in some clips of mine and show you kind of the nuances. There's slight differences between 96 and 97. This one was lovingly driven its entire life with only 12,000 and change. I think it's 12,400 miles. It's still rolling on the original tires, and if you look at the treads on these tires, they're still full. So it's a good thing and a bad thing. It's, you know, you can tell the car was just extremely well cared for all of its life. I would not be driving on these. We're actually going to throw in a set of tires with this car so that you can actually use it. I'd be scared to death on dry rotted tires. But this is truly one of my bucket list cars back in the day. I've had mine for, I think, since '06. It was just like a Hot Wheels model that came to life, and if you know, you know. And it's just an absolutely stunning, stunning car. We have a lot of documentation that came with this car, from the sign-off sheets for the guys that have worked on this car, that built this car, to the original window sticker on this car. And I think it's just at $71,000 and change. But what an absolutely beautiful piece. The interior's like never been sat in. You know, some of the cool things, especially when I was a kid, I loved having these little adjustable levels for the headlights. Everyone always wants to talk about those. And how cool it is the way that this hood actually opens up. This is the best part for me. Look at inside here. Couple of small upgrades that they have done on this car. Back in the day, everyone talked about the air intake tubes, and these are what's called smooth tubes. I do have the original tubes that the factory put on. They claimed, I think they made 15 or 18 horsepower, something like that. I never bothered changing them on mine, but they obviously did on this. And then they did the Mopar performance exhaust on this. We still have the original exhaust. And Shane will cut in some pictures of the little Sneaky Pete that is on the tailpipe. But, you know, if you look at this car from the door poppers, this was a big deal back in 1996. Have these electronic door poppers. But look at that interior. It's absolutely stunning. Barely looks like anyone ever sat in this thing. I can pretty much guarantee this has never seen rain. Even the piston in the back for the window, all that works perfectly. Usually they kind of sag over the years, but while we're back here, one of the main differences, if you ever just want to spot it out in the wild, when you see the stripes that go through the bucket, it's a 96. When they're all painted blue, that's a 97. But two-year only color, they brought it back out, I believe, in '08. But everybody that thinks of a Viper, they think Viper blue, and that was my thing. I had many opportunities to buy red ones and yellow ones, and I wasn't having it. Blue with white, to me, is the most elegant. The car is just a lot of fun to drive. Make sure you come back. We're going to do a test drive in this, and we'll see you later. More information, www.high-octaneclassics.com. Catch you guys later. Boy, I miss this car. I haven't driven mine in forever. Hey guys, this is Danny with High Octane Classics. We are taking out a very low mileage 1997 Dodge Viper GTS. I've got the earlier model. I've got a 96 blue with white stripes. This is a 97. They're almost identical cars. The real difference to look when you're looking in between the two, the stripes go through the taillight buckets, through the license plate bucket, I should say, in the back. And that's really the only major body difference. excuse me, this car is really special in that it's got, like I said, it's rolling on its original rubber, which is amazing. You can tell this car has been babied. There's not a nick, a scratch, or mark on this thing. I'm kind of freaking out that we're going over some construction here. But, you know, it drives like a brand new car. We just took this one in on trade from a collector that has quite a few eclectic cars, and actually what he took from me was a 2006 Ford GT. So he's kind of keeping the lineage with Mr. Shelby in effect here, if you will. But this car is just like mine inside. I've got a low mile one as well. I haven't driven mine in several years, unfortunately. But it's nice to get back in the seat of one. I'm just gonna go gingerly with her, especially down this road. And this wasn't torn up a couple hours ago. All right. Now the Viper is known as the Widowmaker. These cars are extremely fast and very unpredictable the way they're going to step out. So they're not for the inexperienced driver. You've really got to understand this car really well before you start throwing down on it, or else it'll get you in trouble. You know, a lot of people wanted me to compare and contrast between the Ford GT, and, you know, I'd throw anyone the keys on the Ford GT and say, don't take it up over $5 grand, because that's really where the magic would happen. This car, however, right out of the dig, $5 grand, this car just starts doing stupid things. And, you know, if you don't have a really good set of tires on it, she will just walk to the left, walk to the right. She'll just do whatever is on her mind, and it's, you own it. So, you know, a lot of people that don't have experience or they've been driving cars with a lot of nannies on them. I mean, this doesn't even have anti-lock brakes. I think, you know, lucky it has an airbag. But, you know, many of these cars got totaled right out of the get-go, just because people weren't used to this kind of torque. And the V10 in this thing is really powerful. By today's standards, you know, it's not a lot of horsepower in comparison to a Demon, but a Demon also has a lot of traction control and all that. You know, it helps you out. But this thing here is just raw power that you own it and you drive it. And you screw it up, it's all on you. That's what I'm talking about. See, it broke right loose and top of second gear. I mean, I've had mine on the highway 70 miles an hour. I'll clutch it, drop a gear, and it will literally blow the tires off of it. So that's what I'm saying. These things are just no joke. But this is the type of road, like the little twisties, you just want to find the groove in this car, just enjoy it. And, you know, you don't have to beat the car to have fun. You just cruise around. They're incredibly well-handling cars. That guy's moving. Yeah, I'm just being easy with these tires, man. I can feel how greasy they are. We're talking about 30-year-old rubber. You know, this car just loves second and third, and you know, these back roads just carving around in third is a lot of fun. To just feel the pull of it is incredible. Just throws you in the seat in any gear. I mean, it really does. But this car likes 3,000 RPM and up, and it just keeps going until you tell it to quit. Now this one is all stock, except for he did put the Sneaky Pete Mopar exhaust system on it, but it does come with the original exhaust. So it's pretty cool. You know, a lot of these cars got heavily modified right out of the gate, and they didn't need to be. You know, some of them, you know, I've had friends that have twin turboed these things, and they're 1,500 horsepower of undrivableness. You know, it's plenty the way they are, and you don't really need much more. It's definitely an 8-ticket ride. What do you say? It's a lot of fun. I love the decel pop in these. That's it, kids. We're back to the ranch. Stay tuned for the next test drive.